just about ready to go. And today's start. Tyler McGill and singing. We were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with.
Ball four, take the base.
And up next.
That's so good.
That's for sure. Manager out of the dugout.
All right, so it's 0-0. God damn.
Now pitching.
Taking over on the mound for the Mets, Griffin Canning.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And the right-hander deals. And that drops in for a strike.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Goes down looking.
Batting fifth, first base.
And it'll bring up Justin Turner. That's off the mark. Ball 2. Suzuki over at second, one down. Up the middle, Lindor. And Turner is retired.
Nah, they're only hitting because I had the wrong guy.
Time now for the Chicago Cubs lineup. This is a ball club that can really slug. Lots of homers, lots of extra base hits. And Chris, that of course a huge part of success in the standings for this group.
Well, if you're going to be successful in today's game, you've got to be able to hit the ball over the fence. Just defensively, very hard to find the holes. And when you're talking about pitchers, coming out of the bullpen, throwing 95 and above, very difficult. It's hard to string together 2, 3, 4 hits to score those runs. So definitely critical to hit those homers, get the extra base knocks, and that's exactly what they've been doing.
Man on second, 2 down. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Nah, this picture is good. This
So
is
it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. On to the bottom of the first. It's the Cubs 2 and the Mets. And we're back. And up. On the hill in this one, Daniel Palencia. Singing, he's kind of a road warrior, yeah?
I definitely say so. Some guys shrink a little bit on.
You're out. That's ball 4.
One out. Runner at 6.
Oh my God.
Three. Ball 4, take your base. 3.
And
What the fuck?
welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the second, and now Dansby Swanson. And a swing.
What is this?
To miss.
Well, just
and now, here comes the manager out of the Cubs dugout. And he will make a move to the pen.
Score is 0-0. Now we actually have the right pitchers in. Let's see how they pitch against the rotation. I gotta figure out how to get these
Pitcher coming on, the
rotations.
veteran, Matthew
Number
Boyd.
16.
Hasn't pitched in the last
Matthew
3 days.
Boyd.
Hasn't pitched in the last 3 days, so once a pitcher starts in one day, they don't start him the next day. Like that.
Here's a 1-1. That one missing
They
inside.
got like 3, 4, 5 good starting pitchers. Alternate days.
And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch.
2-2 count.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
So any scores after this
And that skips
isn't
in
it tell us who's going to win.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And that one is lifted in the air. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. One away.
Batting 7, third baseman, Brett Beatty.
Here's the third baseman, Brett Beatty. That one misses. 2-1.
We got 2 balls.
One out,
1
bases
strike.
empty. Next offering is in for a strike. Ricky Holiday, our umpire behind the dish, known as pretty fair umpire for both hitters and pitchers.
Yeah, I think that's right, Boog. There is a little inconsistency on the corners of the plate. You can't always be sure how it's going to go with those borderline pitches as the game progresses.
And they'll do it again. What about an umpire's height? How much of a role does that play in your experience and what the strike zone is like?
Yeah, I think it pushes the strike zone up a little bit, which, you know, as a former hitter, you like that. You wanted the ball up. You didn't want to have to deal with stuff down in the zone consistently.
Stays alive. As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all 4 guys, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
One down, base is empty. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Grinding AB right here, about to see pitch number 10. And it remains 2-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. 2-2 now. Battling here as he fouls it away. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Alvarez.
2 down, base is empty. And here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. And a foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And that's outside. Got him. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. And the Mets go down 1-2.
Yeah, people know we're accurate, bro. I can already tell people are sticking around now. They're not just leaving listening.
Back here at Citi Field, new inning getting started. Here's the center fielder, Pete Crow Armstrong. And strike 2.
Now, guaranteed, bro, none of these people clicking are little tiny children.
No, for sure no.
We gotta have a brain.
Yeah.
Once he clicks,
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Swings and misses. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Well, you see him trying to pull that inside pitch right there, and that's not the kind of approach that you want to have. Even if you do get to it, it's going to be very difficult to keep it fair. You're just going to make it a long strike at best. You have to be able to stay within the baseball on the inside of that path to it, and that way, if you're a little quick, the ball gets hit hard somewhere, and it's not foul.
Throws to second, and that's a double.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
One out, runner at second. Now the left fielder, Seiya Suzuki. Next offering is downstairs.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
And that's outside.
Get ready for some action here. Good RBI guy at the plate, runners in scoring position, and a hitter's count.
In for a strike. Now it's 3-2. 1 out and a runner at second. Gets a piece and stays alive. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Pretty good spot on the outside, but just couldn't quite clip the zone.
this dude is trash, that boy. No, that's
First and second, 1 out. Michael Bush, the next to hit. The 1-1. Outside with a breaking ball.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
2 on, 1 out. Fouls
What
one
the
off.
fuck?
2-2.
Well, I asked it to give me a description, just like the same prompt I always use.
Knocks
Look
that
at what
one
it gives
away,
me
and we'll
today.
do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Stop, bro. I'm breaking ChatGPT. This is so crazy.
So now Turner.
It was never giving me averages and shit.
Such a good
That's
hitter with runners in
crazy.
scoring position.
Bro,
Some guys
you
just
think
take it
we're
to
not going to
another
get
level.
subs?
For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion, and he's in full speed.
In the air, left field, down the line. It falls in, and that's a knock. Runner from second scores as they add on. It's an RBI single, and they're up by 3.
They're up by 3.
Up next for the Cubs, second baseman Nico Horner.
First and second, 2 outs. So here's Horner now. This one in the dirt. On the ground to third.
Who do you think's gonna win here?
I got
the Cubs.
But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 3-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show.
I got them.
Mets at home.
Yeah, Mets at home.
I think the
I've learned.
Check it out. The earlier the game, this is a theory that I think I'm right. The earlier the game is in the day, is the less home field advantage there is. People don't really go like day games don't sell like night games.
Off the field when you play really good defense, especially.
I've been to day games. It's boring, and there's barely any people in the stands. It's really cheap tickets.
3 straight strikeouts.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the
And I also learned this kid there, 3-0,
in that
the bottom of the
location,
third.
especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
That's why I like this game.
Swings through that one.
About
I
the
think he was
shipping
sitting off
chain
speed.
strike.
The hitting's going to come around. He's going to figure it out. But right now, his big asset
that
is the way he plays the game on defense.
Keep hitting until you get 3 strikeouts. Bro, you could win the game so fast doing that. If you have, like, obviously, if you're a great team.
4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
Now batting.
2 outs, base is empty. Watch Soto now. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. 2 outs, base is empty.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power. But then if this hitter gets a strike or 2 on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And he strikes out the side for the 2nd time today. Nothing doing for the Mets. They trail it here 3-0. Back here in Queens, and now the shortstop, Dansby Swanson.
Ball 2.
You know, these Cubs showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They've worked 3 walks already, so that proves they're not anxious up there. They're sticking to their game plan, and it's working.
What a stop. Gathers and throws, and they get the out.
Up next for the Cubs, catcher Miguel Amaya.
And now it's Miguel Amaya.
Love it here at Citi Field. You know, it replaced Old Shea Stadium back in 2009, and Chipper Jones was really sad to see it go. It's actually the 3rd home of the Mets since they started out at the Polo Grounds for 2 seasons before Shea was finished.
High fly ball, right field. Soto gets under it. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, third baseman John Birdie.
2 down, base is empty. John Birdie at the plate. Feels like it's less common today that you see a guy like this. The speed component, the contact component, but lack of power. That one inside, and a count 2-1.
I think baseball's starting to understand that those guys are valuable like they once were. They need them in this game today.
And that's a base hit. So now back to the top of the order.
Up next for the Cubs, center fielder Pete Crow Armstrong.
Back to the top of the lineup. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder Pete Crow Armstrong. Here's a 1-1. Hit hard on the ground is short. They get the force, and that is that. So 1 hit is all they get. We're midway in the 4th. It's the Cubs 3 and the Mets nothing. And we're back.
Lead
and the batter now,
for the
Pete
Mets.
Alonso.
First baseman,
He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
And he grounds one back up the middle. Horner over to first. And that takes care of Alonso.
Now batting left fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. That one fouled off. The Mets hitless so far in the game. Swing and a miss, struck him out. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
Mark Vientos.
So up next, Mark Vientos. Ball to strike. Foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Inside, almost got it. And a swing and a miss. Make it 7 strikeouts for him. Down in order go the Mets. Still down 3-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now the number 2 hitter, Kyle Tucker. Off the plate, 2 balls and a strike. Action in the Mets bullpen. Kodai Senga up and loosening in the pen. Nunez getting cranked up as well.
Nope.
First pitch. Strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
3-2.
Struck him out looking.
This guy will throw any pitch in any count. 3-2. He goes
Now
off
batting
speed,
left fielder,
gets the out.
Seiya Suzuki.
Here's the left fielder, Seiya Suzuki. 1-1 now. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Soto sizes this one up. 2 away now.
Up next for the Cubs, the designated hitter.
2 outs,
Michael
base is
Busch.
empty. Next is the designated hitter, Michael Busch.
Ball, that's down.
That one ripped. Soto hauls it in to end the inning. And the Cubs are down in order, but they lead at 3-0. Back here at Citi Field, here's the second baseman, Luis Angel
Leading
Acuna.
off for the Mets, second baseman, Luis Angel Acuna.
And a swing and a miss.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
Foul tip. Oh, that got our umpire. And it looks like it got him upstairs. Spoils a two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Next offering upstairs. Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strikeout. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Brett Beatty digs in now. In the air, left side. Makes the grab. 2 down.
Now batting, the catcher, Francisco
Alvarez. Up now for the Mets. The Cubbies leading by 3. Last half of inning number 5. Next offering is down low. Popped up. Turner sizing this one up. Corrals it. And that'll do it. Mets go down quickly. They trail in this one 3-0.
Now pitching.
The Mets with a new arm on the mound, Kodai Senga.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Here's Turner now.
For the Cubs, first baseman Justin Turner.
Turner, a guy with great bat-to-ball skill. That's down and in.
2-1.
And it finds its way through for a hit. And the leadoff man aboard. Here's Nico Horner. Turner aboard.
3. Ball 4. Take your base.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move.
Pitching
Huascar Brazoban comes on
Number
now.
43.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
One down, base is empty. That's to third. Baden. Throw to first in time.
Now batting, the center fielder, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Pete Crow Armstrong getting ready to hit.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
2 outs. That's a walk.
Nope.
Went with another changeup but missed the spot.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
The 1-1. Runner takes off. Pitch misses. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Well, that steal right there is wanting to take advantage of having a really good hitter at the plate. Now they've got a much better shot at bringing home a 2-out RBI.
Swings through that one out in front that time.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
And down on strikes. Good job at damage control right there. So they get 3 runs, 2 hits. 1 was a home run. No errors and a runner left. 9-1 and 2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. It's the Cubs 6 and the Mets nothing. Back here in Queens, well, we go bottom 6, and stepping in for New York, Tyrone Taylor. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That's down. 1 hops off the wall. And that's a leadoff double. So they finally get their first hit in this one, and that puts an end to the combined no-hitter bid.
Yeah, and that combined no-no doesn't have the same prestige as a solo one, but you have to give credit to these pitchers for coming in, putting on a great performance so far. But now all attention goes towards getting a W in this ballgame.
Taylor leads off second with nobody out. And look out as that one ran in and got him.
First base.
Here's Juan
Now
Soto.
batting, the right fielder, Juan
They've got a potent lineup.
Soto.
And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Rips one to right and foul ball. First and second, no outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Fights it off. He'll see another. That misses, and that's ball 3.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Good battle here, about to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, great stop. Flips to second. That's one, and it's a double play.
Very smooth on the feed to second right there. You gotta love that glove toss, Boog. You know, sometimes people think these guys are being a little flashy, but it actually can make more sense to do that than try to make a full transfer. And gotta remember, these guys work on that play all the time, so it's in their back pocket whenever they need it.
Outside low, and it's 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Two outs with a runner at third. Yeah, that's fouled off. Ripped on a line, and that's just foul. headed towards the corner. Suzuki makes the catch, and that is that. Mets strand one. They still find themselves down 6-0. This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
Okay.
Were we on script?
Never. Boo, growing up, who is your favorite big league mascot?
The Philly Fanatic. Still the best mascot.
Is there a reason?
Well, I love the Phillies, and I love Mike Schmidt. Michael Jack Schmidt, 548 home runs. He was my favorite.
Well, some people say you and the Philly Fanatic kind of have some things in common.
We have a similar body type. It's true. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Every once in a while, they'll work that same trick on a veteran player. If, say, he's been cold or hasn't hit a home run in a long time. And that's always fun when you don't see it coming at all. And everybody in the dugout goes crickets on him.
Yeah, and that veteran player's usually got a response for those individuals with one or the other hands.
Swing and a drive, deep right field. Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double. What was your worst start one year? Didn't you start like 3 for 33 or something?
Oh, it was awesome. It was awful. Not awesome. It was awesome.
Not so awesome.
It was awesome for pitchers facing me, but it was awful for me. It sounded like some type of deal at a fast food restaurant, like 3 for 33 or something.
Next to hit, Michael Busch. And now 2-1. No outs. Runner on second. Fought off foul. Next pitch misses outside. 3-2 now.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
He goes down looking.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Man at second. Hard hit, left field, base hit. Coming home. He'll score easily, and it's an RBI single. It's 7-0.
Now batting, second baseman, Nico
Horner will come up to hit.
Ball.
And there's a foul ball. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now one out.
Back-to-back base hits.
Dansby
Just a simple
Swanson.
ground ball the other way. They had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Dansby Swanson stands in. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Runners at first and second with one gone here in the top half of inning number 7. Out towards right center field. Soto makes the grab on the run.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next
Up
pitch.
next for the Cubs,
At the
catcher,
plate, Miguel Amaya.
Amaya.
Laboring here. About to throw his 30th pitch of the inning. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. Coming home. He will score. It's an RBI single. It's 8-0.
Up next for the Cubs, third baseman, John
And here comes the
Birdie.
Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Huascar Brazoban out of the game. And the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for the New
And
York
we've got
Mets,
ourselves a pitching change.
Number
Daniel
72.
Nunez.
And we all know about his slider. It's just
Nunez.
filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
So 2 on with 2 away. Now the third baseman, John Birdie. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Here's Kyle Tucker.
pitching
Now
for the
the bump,
Mets,
Jose Buto.
number
And one
70.
thing on him, he's been
Jose
really good this season at keeping the ball in the
Buto.
park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
One out, base is empty, and a run in, and we're in the top of the 8th. That's in there. And a count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And there's a
2-2
ball.
count.
Three two now. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Swing and a miss, and he got him. That's out number 2.
Well, that high four-seam fastball, it's become such a staple
Now
as a
batting,
strikeout
left
pitch
fielder,
over the years. And what's so
Suzuki.
tough as a hitter is that you see it extremely well. The problem is the velocity and spin rate just happens to jump by you. You expand your zone, you don't stay tall on the backside, and you're really not even able to make contact. If you do, many times it's a
Ball
pop-up.
2.
Next offering misses, and it's 2-1. He swings and fouls one off. 2-2. Slider misses outside. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. And that'll do it. One hit in the inning, a solo homer. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Cubs 9 and the Mets nothing. And we're back. Bottom of the 8th. Here's the third baseman, Brett Beatty. And a 2-1 on the way. Cut on and missed 96 with that fastball. Action in the pen down there. Ben Brown, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Flexen also throwing. Got him swinging.
Now batting. The catcher,
Now at the plate, Francisco Alvarez. Base is empty, 1 away. Here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Late on that fastball.
Well, you got to find a way to catch up to that pitch. Perhaps shorten the swing, eliminate the stride. That one came in hot, but right down the middle, you're saying to yourself, how did I miss that pitch? Got to make a quick adjustment.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Oh, that slider down and away. It's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Next pitch is downstairs. And that one is inside.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to.
That's ball 4.
And welcome back to the ball. And here comes the skipper.
Pitching for Chicago.
Ben Brown on to pitch
Number
here.
32.
Well, he struggled quite a bit,
Ben
so
Brown.
this is another opportunity to get on the right track. He's given up more than 1 hit per inning pitch so far this season.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. That one missed.
We got full count.
Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
Smoke to right center, and this one's gonna go out of here. That his second home run of the series. It's 9-1.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So digging in, Pete Alonso. The 1-1. Fastball for a strike. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. That to right. That one gets down for a hit. Now he turns and heads for second. The throw in. He's in there.
You got to get on your horse and get to that ball and get it back in, because he's going to come barreling around first and put some pressure on you. If you bobble it or you don't get there in a hurry, it's going to make you look silly and end up on second base.
So man aboard, and next will be the cleanup hitter, Brandon Nimmo. Next pitch is outside. Alonso stands at second with no outs. Line drive, base hit. Coming home. Here's the throw to the plate. Head first slide, and he's safe. And it's 9-2. Man at first, nobody out. And now the DH, Mark Vientos. The 1-1 is fouled off. Nobody out, runner at first. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Some high cheese for strike 3.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball.
Yeah.
Two-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. But with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like...
That's a fair ball, and it's getting into the corner. Coming home. He'll score. Lead runner stops at second.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. He got a pitch he could get to out front, kept his bat through the ball, and didn't pull off or roll his hands over. And that allowed him to rip that ball down the line for the double.
Here comes the manager out of the Cubs dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Ben Brown is done, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for
Chris
the Chicago
Flexen
Cubs.
on the pitch out of the pen here.
Number 58.
And you know, bullpen guys can
Chris
struggle sometimes
Flexen.
when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Here in the bottom of the ninth, one out. Now the third baseman, Brett Beatty. Man at second. And a foul ball. On the ground to third, Birdie. And they're down to their last out.
Now batting, the catcher, Francisco Alvarez.
Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets. Man on second, 2 down. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. The Mets down to their final strike. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Sometimes road trips can be tough. You're away from your family, but when you can win, silence that opposing crowd, it makes things just a little bit better, makes the road trip just a little bit shorter.
9-3 your final here in this one. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.